Good morning, everybody. Just a quick recap. I found a apartment building down in Jackson, about maybe 200 miles away from my hometown, and I'm picking up my niece. We're heading down. We're gonna take several pictures while we're there. We're gonna take a couple of or film a couple of videos while we're there of the actual apartment unit or fourplex, and I'll see you guys soon. So you'll see it in just a moment. I'm extremely excited and can't wait to share it with you guys. So hey, we'll see you back in a moment. Okay. Upon first glance, I have no idea what to think and or imagine. Seems like a lot of houses around here on this street are actually boarded up. Huh? Okay. Um, I will say I'm not sure again what to say and or think. I will say the good thing is there is another building, another looks like another 4 unit right next door, but not sure what to say and or think right now. But I'm going to do some more surveillance of the area. Um, I guess the interesting part about it is along this street, actually, I mean, a lot of good houses are here, but you have maybe 5 or 6 that are boarded. And what kind of gives me hope is that it's right across from the zoo. So the city zoo, the local city zoo. So I'm kind of, it's just interesting. But I'll take some more pictures and share my thoughts a little later. Alrighty, good day, everyone. This is just a follow up of what's been going on with Fabulous Investments. And of course, I'm your host, Jimmy L. And as you've just seen, my niece and I took a small trip down to Jackson, Mississippi, to be more precise. And we saw a 4 unit apartment complex. And it's pretty good, actually. It was the experience. The experience was honestly, it was really good. So, which is probably, oh my gosh, I felt like it was a waste of time now, but the experience was really good. We drove about 3 hours, and it took forever to get there, but we drove about 3 hours, and I get there, and I was just like, wow, Jackson, Mississippi couldn't be that big, right? Right. So we drove, and I was like, oh my goodness, these are some really big houses, and these are really nice. Oh wow. And then we kind of kept driving along the expressway, and I was just like, okay, it's starting to get a little bad, but they're still nice. Like they're genuinely like really nice. So I was just like, okay. And mind you, the fourplex that we were going to see were I'm sorry, it was only $50,000 or 45,000, I think. So I was like, wow, this is a good price for the area. Okay. So we kept driving, kept driving. We got off the expressway, and still in a not the best part of town, but it was okay. I would probably say like a C area, and it was just like, okay, this is not bad. So we saw a McDonald's that looked really fresh and new on the outside, and so we stopped at the McDonald's before continuing on to the apartment complex. So I was just like, wow, this is not bad. They're trying to look like they were trying to revitalize or just, you know, I guess fresh paint and just kind of freshen up the area. So we, we pull into the McDonald's, and again, the outside is amazing. So we get in, the inside, the inside was horrible. The seats were literally duct taped, literally. The holes had duct, and not just one seat, but every last one of the seats that were in the inside of this McDonald's had duct tape on it. So I was just like, oh hell, I'm surely in the ghetto. So just okay, London, hurry up. Let's hurry up and get out of here. So and that should have been my first warning sign, but it's like whatever. So I was just like, we came all this way. We're going to go to the apartment complex. So we pull out, and because at that point we were still maybe 5 minutes away from the fourplex, so we're driving down this little strip of road, and I was just like, okay, like it's getting worse than what we what we just left, and potholes everywhere. People hanging out the little stores and their houses, just in a gang like, um, I guess, group setting is what it looked like. It's not to say that's what it was, but that's what it looked like. And it's just like, okay, people are living here, so it couldn't, even if you are involved into that lifestyle, you live in this area, so okay, okay. So we're still driving, and all of a sudden I just see like five. Next thing I know, six. Next thing I know is like a seventh house that had been burned. It was just there, so I was just like, okay, this is kind of okay. Um, so we kept driving, and maybe another minute later, we saw the city zoo. I was like, okay, okay, this gives me some hope. I know how our city zoo here is here in Memphis, and it's surrounded by some, historical homes and different buildings, and it's the immediate area. It doesn't look as nice as Cordova per se, but it takes a certain type of person to want to live around the zoo, and it's not necessarily a bad area. It's just that people that live in Cordova most likely would not want to stay in that part of town. So, but I was like, okay, this is a zoo. It couldn't be that bad. So, okay, I made a right turn in front of the zoo actually, and drove down this little street. And on this street is, of course, where the apartment complex was. Before we got there, there was, I know, at least 2 to 3 homes that were vacant and boarded up. We saw another 2 homes that were on the same street that were again um, had, I guess, a fire or something. It was just there abandoned. So we drove around the little block and, just the immediate area within like 2 streets over on each side. And the other sides were really nice. And even that main street, now, which was really, really interesting, is there were so many houses that were there that were amazing, that were just kept up. And, again, these are older homes, but so obviously I'm assuming that someone was there, maybe your grandmother or your mom, and they really care about their yard. Most likely their houses are paid off, and and you could really, really tell that people cared about those individual homes. It's just that they were surrounded or right next door to a vacant home, or right next door to the house that had just burned. So it was just, it's kind of weird. So again, and we pull up, and showed you guys the video of the fourplex, and my initial thought was just, like, this is not where I want to be. Um, for investment purposes, it was just kind of just, it didn't seem like it was going to be worth my time. So the apartment complex that was right next to, which was another fourplex, which also you all got a chance to see on that video, and it looked like it was just, fully occupied. You got, had a few chairs outside, and, little toys and things. So it didn't seem that bad. And again, the only thing that really made me even contemplate even purchasing that was the fact that, again, you have homes on the same street that are well kept, and then you're right down the street from the zoo, literally in walking distance. And so I'm just like, that's not that bad. It couldn't be that bad. But got home, ran the numbers, and it did not look good. Um, Purchasing that property, even with the fourplex, maybe I would have maybe made $400 or $500 per month. And starting out and that being my first property probably wouldn't be that bad, but for $400 to $500 per month, and then it's 3 hours away, it's just no. So we decided against that later on, which I probably will talk about in a second. But we definitely decided against that. So, I wanted to talk about the Jackson fourplex really quickly, only because of those couple of videos that you've just seen, and I wanted to get that out there, get that resolved. The Jackson fourplex is a no-go for fabulous investments. It's a no-go. So, but yeah. But fast forward to where we are now. Um, my last video prior to the Jackson video, you guys saw that, still saving, and I'm still saving, but now I can definitely say that I have enough to give a down payment for whatever. And so now it's really more so of finding that right property where the numbers are going to work, and it's something that I don't mind driving to or having my contractors go into to actually rehab. So that's kind of where I am now, and it's still a work in progress. Um, I would definitely say some challenges have come about on my job. I'm still there, thankfully, and it's been really difficult. It's been really difficult. We've made some drastic changes to my department, and it affects me harder than probably anyone else, myself as well as my team. And it's just, hey, you have to do what you have to do, and kind of get through those things. But I will say that going through those challenges and still haven't found a property that I want to purchase, and like all of that was just kind of bum rushing, and which is probably why you guys haven't seen a video from me in about a month. But all of that was just really bum rushing me, and it was just so overwhelming. And I almost felt that I was becoming that bitter black man. Usually you hear about the bitter black woman, but I felt like I was becoming that bitter black man where, you said any small thing to me, I was ready to snap. I had not necessarily an attitude problem, but I I'm borderline OCD, so I'm used to getting certain things done in a certain way, and I expect certain people to, hey, you know what's right, so do what's right. Morally, you know what is correct, so why not put in the additional effort that may take you 2 minutes to just do what's right? And that was kind of my pushback, and that was kind of my own personal battle, just having to realize that people are not going to always do what's right. People will let you down, and you can only take care of you. You can only control the things that you can control, and don't you can't really have those expectations for someone else. And so again, that was my own battle within my career or my job, because it's not my career, but within my job, and trying to maintain it, and it was really difficult, and it was driving me crazy. It was driving me crazy. Um, but anyway, my husband and I, we was kind of dealing with the same things, and we, not to say that we're alcoholics, because it wasn't the case, but we went from not drinking at all, and then one glass or two here or there, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, I'm drinking, I'm having a bad day, then all of a sudden I'm having 5 bad days, and then it was, okay, are you having a bad day? No, just drinking. So we both have, I think, seen firsthand how alcoholics can be, um, how not alcoholics, excuse me, but how alcohol can really take a toll on someone's life. So we kind of saw it. It was just like, okay, I'll tell you what, the entire month of January, we're not drinking alcohol. And it was just like, okay, let's not. And it was something that it was not even a second thought. We both are just like, okay, great, and we have it. And the entire month of January, we did not. And February has rolled around, and we've been in different settings where people are drinking, and it's just like, you want something? They're just like, I really don't. And even though it's surpassed our January, it's now February, and it's still no. I just don't have that desire. So it was just pretty good. The job was stressing me out personally so badly that it really had gotten to that point. I mean, it wasn't going to work intoxicated or having a glass before work. It wasn't like that. But it was like, I got to have a glass to go home. I got to have a glass to take a nap. I got to have a glass just to sleep well throughout the night. And so we were dealing with that. And so anyway, that's over. And it's really interesting. But also during that month, or the first part of the year of January, we also decided to change our eating habits and our lifestyle a little bit. So, you were no longer doing the pork, or mostly not of the beef. We're doing a lot of the vegan type meals. And so it kind of gives you a different perspective, being on the other side of it. And, you're eating all of these healthy things, and you don't really realize how those bad foods, honestly, honestly, affect you. It affects your mood. They affect your mindset, because if you're feeling heavy and you're feeling weighed down and you're feeling stressed, about how your body looks, or if this food you just ate was so heavy that you're feeling down, I mean, it makes you lazy. And being lazy and wanting to start a new career or start a new profession, they don't go hand in hand. So I'm really glad that it was actually something my husband brought up and wanted to do. And initially it was just, hey, I'm going to do this with him. And then it now has become a lifestyle of us both. So I would say probably about 85 to 90% of everything that we eat is organic or some type of health conscious something. So, it's pretty good. I want to encourage more people to be mindful of what you're eating. Be mindful to not get too lazy, and just be mindful of what you're intaking, and not just into your body, but, also into your spirit and your mind, and, what type of education you're receiving. Like, it doesn't just stop with the food. So you have to make sure that you're feeding yourself the proper knowledge and the healthy supplements, I should say, to kind of help you succeed and get to where you want to go. Which actually transitions, thank you, oh my gosh, transitions me right on over into the next topic that I wanted to talk about. Bigger Pockets, I cannot. I think I talk about them on every single episode, but Bigger Pockets is playing a major, major part and role in my life and my career path right now. And I cannot thank Josh and Brandon enough. They are amazing. Ah! So, but anyway, they had an episode. I think it was 157. Bigger Pockets, episode 157. They had a guy named Hal Elrod. Excuse me. But they had a guy named Hal Elrod, and on this Bigger Pockets podcast or show, whatever it was, um, it was really, it was different. It was different from all of their other shows where it wasn't geared toward real estate per se, but it was more so about how to fix your mind and change your mindset to increase your finances, to increase your personal well being. And now, mind you, I think I heard this maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. So again, my husband and I, we were already on this no alcohol, this no, hey, we're gonna watch what we intake, so we were already on that battle. I mean, not battle, but we were already on that road. And then Hal Elrod pops up, just kind of solidifying a few things. And I suggest everyone to go back and actually watch or listen to that podcast. That it, when I say it changed my life and my perception on so much, and I'm so thankful for them for doing that particular episode. And again, it really wasn't geared toward real estate. It was all about your personal development. And he has a book, and they were talking about it, which is actually what brought all of that about. I think he's someone that I think it was Brandon, looks up to, and so that was kind of how all the things got together. But anyway, he has a book, and it's called The Miracle Morning. And immediately after listening to the podcast, I went out and got the book. And I think it was shipped here probably within 2 days because we got it on Amazon Prime. So, whatever. But I got the book and I started to reading it, and I'm not done. I'm trying to savor the book, which is probably the craziest thing ever. But I'm reading chapter by chapter, and I'm reading it every morning. And he gives so many techniques to just correct your mind, fix your mind, to staying positive. And I don't want to dilute his book, and I definitely don't want to start to give out some of the techniques because I don't want to say them wrong, and I definitely I don't want to just give my perception or my take on it. I encourage everyone to go out and just read the book, even if it's not about real estate that you're looking to improve on, even if it's just yourself or your family's life or your personal life or your relationships with different people. I really suggest going to get that book. It's I cannot say that enough. It has truthfully changed me. And he speaks about waking up in the morning and waking up earlier and being in the right frame of mind and to be able to face today's challenges. And it's, oh my gosh, it is just, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to have seen that podcast and to have heard this book. And I'm sorry, have heard the podcast and being able to buy the book and read it. It's just, it's changed my life. Um, it's changed my life into how I respond to my husband, how I look at real estate, how I lead my team at work. It has truthfully changed my life. And so I really do suggest you guys to go get it. I hate to get all serious on you, but I do suggest everyone to go get it. Please, by all means. That's Hal Elrod, and the book is The Miracle Morning. And they actually have a Facebook page, which I've just gotten part of, and they're so helpful. They're so nice. They're so polite. They're just as helpful and polite Bigger Pockets, and their members are. Hal Elrod has, and the Miracle Morning is what the Facebook page is called. But they also have an amazing community that is just they're full of I don't want to say happy and or exciting people, but people that are willing to help you along your journey. And so that's it's pretty cool. Um, but anyway, buy the book, people. Buy the book. You'll love it. I promise you it'll change your life. Moving on, and still talking about Bigger Pockets. And they had another episode, 161. I mean, again, I've been just stuck on Bigger Pockets. But he had episode 121. I'm sorry, 161. 161. Bigger Pockets episode 161. They had an NFL player by the name of Ryan Broyles. And I think it was titled Building Wealth and Leaving a Legacy. Don't quote me on that part. Go back and watch it. But I think it was titled Leaving a Legacy, Building Wealth and Leaving a Legacy. But anyway, the whole purpose of them bringing him on is because our perception of NFL players is usually, hey, these guys have millions of dollars. And, hey, it's nothing for them to go out and drop certain amounts of money on, a real estate deal. Well, this guy here is so humble. Oh my goodness. And he's one of those guys that you would love to be in your inner circle. He's one of those people that you would love to just connect with and just, not necessarily parties, but, just to be able to call and to speak to. And I would, oh my gosh, he is so humble and so amazing. So amazing. So I've not seen an interview like that in quite some time with them that they've had, but he's really, really, really good. And him being as humble as he is and consistently talking about that and not losing sight as to where he's going in life and being able to purchase things and staying within his means and his lifestyle and or his living lifestyle. It's just it wasn't overwhelming. It was the information that I know I needed, and knowing that I was on the right track and that I need to stay humble if I'm wanting to increase my finances, if that makes any sense. But anyway, he gave a lot of good tips, and the reason why I'm suggesting everyone to go back and listen to that particular podcast is because not only I'm almost certain he's well in the millions in his career, but that's not the reason why he began to do real estate. He has a passion for real estate. And if you're wanting to get off into real estate or anything for that matter, you have to have passion for what you're wanting to do. And so he kept bringing that up. He kept stating it. And honestly, talking about real estate and bringing up houses and bringing up the different commercial deals that he's done, it was on his face. Like, he didn't have to say it, but it was on his face that I'm passionate. Like, I love what I do. And it's just like, oh my God, So that was him. And if anything, I really think it'd encourage you and, just kind of help you to stay on the right track and not get discouraged about anything. So, by all means, go back and watch the Bigger Pockets, episode 116. Um, Again, back to Bigger Pockets, another thing that I wanted to bring up is they have a calculator. I mean, I upgraded to Plus. Oh, I forgot to mention that. I forgot. I totally forgot. Oh, my goodness. I was originally only a Bigger Pockets free member. And, of course, there's some limitations with the free member. They have the free member, the Plus member, and then the Pro. And now Brandon always suggests the Pro. And it is the more expensive one. It's not that much, but it may be two something or whatever. But per year, which is really good actually for Bigger Pockets and or any educational tool. And the amount of information that they provide is just it's I mean you could not fill that information in a book. So to say the least. But anyway, I upgraded to Plus, and it has given me the opportunity to use their Bigger Pockets calculator. So, in fact, the deals that I've looked at with the deal I looked at down in Jacksonville or Jackson, Mississippi, the fourplex, I did the calculator, and again, when I say it is so detailed, I can't thank Bigger Pockets enough for creating that. Because you have certain things in your mind. I mean, we know about the taxes when if you're into the property realm or world, you know about taxes. Like that's a given. You know about rents, and you know that you're going to most likely have a mortgage on it if you don't pay for it in cash. So those things I just knew. Okay, yay, I knew. But looking at their calculator, when I say they break everything down, they have multiple calculators, whether you're wanting to rent, whether you're wanting to flip. It's just buy and hold. I mean, they have these multiple calculators there just to kind of help you along to see if the numbers actually work. And again, being conservative on most of the numbers that you're putting in, you'd be surprised at whether something you may think is a good deal may not necessarily be a good deal. And so filling in everything and it was just, I couldn't believe it. But anyway, that's kind of, when I said I ran the numbers with the Jackson, Mississippi fourplex, that's what I did. I ran the numbers into there. I played with it a little bit to see what would be the best asking price, kind of down payment I'll be looking at, making sure, if I can get someone to fund it first. Um, just a number of factors. And so all of this is there, and the numbers just did not make sense at all. I actually then found a fourplex that's here in Memphis. It's also ironically listed for 50,000. The difference with this one, the one that was in Jacksonville, were actually all 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. All of the units were 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. The fourplex units that I found here in Memphis, they're all 1 bedroom, 1 bath units. And first off, I hate 1 bedrooms. I really, really do. Unless it's a larger complex. And being a larger complex, then I wouldn't mind. And I don't know why I have that reasoning in my mind. But if I'm going to do that, I want a larger complex. And, maybe I can have 1 and 2 units within that complex and not just all be one. But anyway, this one building structure, the 4 units, they're all 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And the rent over there is like $300 per month. Okay. And I was just like, okay. The good thing about it though is 3 of the 4 are already rented. So I would go in and already have renters. And I think one lady has been there for 7 years, so I'm almost certain she's not going anywhere. And then the other people have probably been there a little less than 2 and 3. So I would only have to find a renter for that very last unit. And they're already paying 280 and then 270. Two people are paying 280 and one person is paying 270. And the rents, of course, will be raised to 300 because that's the area, that's the average for that market, or for that area. So that would definitely be raised if I were to purchase it. But my problem is, I went into the Bigger Pockets calculator, ran the numbers, and ran the numbers, and ran the numbers, and ran the numbers, and ran the numbers. For starters, just going in, I would probably be a negative $40. I think it's what it showed. Just going in without having the last unit rented. And as we all know, I mean, you're going to have vacancies at some point. And I don't ever, even if it was just 50% vacant, which means that I would have 2 units rented and the other 2 units would be vacant, I should still be able to pay that mortgage and be able to operate that entire building. And going through the numbers, when I say no matter what I did, unless I raised the rent drastically, which the area and that market would not support, but unless I did that, I wouldn't make any money. And so I was just like, okay, well, what if I put the fourth unit in, and had a renter in the fourth unit? Okay, great. Now you're making $87 per month. And I was just like, okay. And now, mind you, I talked to a few people about it, and I'm just like, I understand this is my first deal, and you're supposed to jump out there. You're supposed to make I guess a risky something. The bottom line is to just jump out there and do something. And I'm just like, okay, I want to do something, but I don't want to do something stupid. It's just if I'm coming out there, my ultimate goal is if I have 4 units, I need to be making at least $100 per unit, no matter where I am, no matter what's going on. That's my goal, and that's a rule that I have set for me. For each door that I own, I need to be making at least $100 per door per month. Period. And if I'm not, I am not going to get off into that deal. So for that particular fourplex, I should be making at least $400 per month as in cash flow. Now, of course, again, that's in cash flow after all expenses are paid. So it didn't work. So I was just like, well, what if I asked for a lower a selling price, asking price? So I dropped it maybe 20,000, 15,000. It did not work. Like it just like the owner would have to pretty much give me the property in order for it to work. If not me paying cash for it, then just wouldn't have a mortgage on it at all, and then I would be able to recoup my money within 2 to 3 years. So again, that's one of those properties that if it's not cash, then it's not going to happen. Only because of the area, the rent in that area is just it just doesn't sustain. It just you need more. So, but anyway, needless to say, I dropped that deal, and I really kind of felt a little bad because which I shouldn't. I mean, it's business. But I contacted the realtor. I was just like, what's his latest motivation for selling? And, oh my gosh, is she willing to own her finance? And, we went into this whole conversation. And she was like, yeah, she is, but she wants 50% down. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to give you $25,000. So, it's just, I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, did my computer just shut off on me? Like, wow, that was really rude. But anyway, sorry. But so I was just anyway. I felt a little bad, and again, I got over that really quickly. So again, needless to say, the second fourplex that I've seen now, is just not going to work. So moving on. Um, don't know if you guys remember or not, but there's a 6 unit complex that I wanted to purchase as well, and it's on a busy street, and I want it so bad. I want it so bad. However, it's vacant. It's boarded and it's vacant, and I've been looking to see who's the owner of it, and I'm not gonna give up about it, but I'm going to continue to look. So I found the owner's name, but I'm looking now for contact information for that owner. So anyway, that's kind of I just can't believe it's still vacant. It's what I can't believe, and that one is also I don't know if it was 64,000, 50 or 55, or either 65,000 was the asking price for the 6 unit. And again, that one's boarded up, and the rents in that area because those are all three. Each unit is 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, and that is the average over there is 575 to 600 on the low end. And me being conservative, that I would definitely be aiming for the 600 in that area because there's definite places over there that has 650, 675, and even 700 per month. So I would be conservative with that and only charge the 600 per month to get it fully rented. And but anyway, my got to start first, I guess, and find out who owns it. So but anyway, I'm still working on it. Hopefully it comes through, and hopefully I can find out who it is, and maybe she'll work with me, and I can give her a really good asking price. But I'm gonna get with the realtor because that's one thing I haven't done yet. I spoke to one lady about it, but she wanted me to get some financing and my credit together, and honestly, the financing is now there. The down payment rather is there, and so that's really good for me. The um, credit is wow. I cannot believe it, but it has jumped drastically, and so in a good way. And so I'm really excited about that. So I'm really, really careful of who I let run my credit. And thus far, I've not let anyone do a hard inquiry on my credit for that very reason. So I I don't want to taint it, and I want to make sure I have all of my facts before I let anyone run my credit. And if I'm not pretty much almost 85 to 90% guaranteed to get what I want in regards to funding, then they're not running my credit. So I've worked too hard for it, and I'm not gonna let it go down, and then I not even get anything out of the situation. So that's not gonna happen. So I'm very careful, and I really hope you're very careful as well about who you allow to run your credit and for what purpose. So know your facts, know the questions to ask before they run your credit, and that may give you a genuine idea as to if you would actually be approved. But anyway, so the 6 unit I keep working on, and I'll keep you guys posted. So if I, find anything about the owner, I'll let you guys know, and I'll be sure to do a video about it. Hopefully, I'll be able to purchase it, and I can do a full-on video of the rehab process and getting it rented out. I also found a 10 unit complex that is it's in Midtown. It's well, it's considered to be Midtown, but it's right on the outskirts of Midtown, and it's just like right there on that borderline. And all of the homes around there are historic. They are they are just they're old homes, but it's Midtown. That's all that I can say. It's like a Midtown area. So, and then this okay. Here's the kicker about this 10 unit. I went over there. Actually, I think I went over there by myself. I went over there by myself, and that was last weekend. And I should have taken a video. I should have done a video, and I don't know why I didn't. But I went over there, and I was pulling up and turned down the street or whatever, and I was just like, wow, okay, this is nice, okay, and into the community. Then I turn on the actual street. Okay. No one has grass. Um, it's the building itself is directly across from a junkyard. I was like, every unit that's in this 10 unit complex is vacant. Looks like there was some type of vandalism on it, since it's been vacant. I was like, oh, okay. Dogs are roaming everywhere. I was just like, okay, like what the hell? Like, do you want? This guy wants $50,000 for this? Yeah. Like, okay, yeah. Now, this is why it's still on my considering list. It's a 10 unit complex, which would be so nice for me. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's honestly just right. The issue going one street to the left, one street to the right, they're horrible. So I'm on the main street that the complex sets on, and literally one street in all four directions is a problem. The houses are just not kept. You have the junkyard, of course. You have oil stains in the driveways, people working on their cars in the driveways. I mean, you have all of this. Okay, now picture this. You step 1 foot, literally one more street over from that entire four street little corners. Um, Amazing in every single direction, which is really weird. And it's like the apartment complex is sitting in the middle of the bad part. And again, every single street in every corner is it's just like one little corner, one little block radius that's not bad. But then you go outside of that, and they're amazing. So which is really weird. And so you have a lot of the big historical churches over there. It's just I don't know. Again, I really believe that that particular town, only that little area, only because of how small that the problem area is, I do believe that it can come back. And just it needs the right person to come in and want to come in and renovate and kind of help out. So that's the only reason why it's still on my list. I think it has potential beyond potential. So I'll see if I can actually put a picture of the 10 unit on here. But hopefully you guys will get a chance to see that. I'm gonna try to do it right after the video, so because it's really nice, and it's again, it has the potential. It definitely have the potential. Um, I what else is going on? Oh, yeah, just yesterday actually, just yesterday I found a duplex, and I think it's $19,000, and it's 2 units, and each unit has 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. Actually, no, 2 bedrooms, 2 bath. So, well, technically 1.5, but they classify it as 2 bedrooms, 2 baths. And the area that it's in is, I guess, my comfort zone, actually. So it's in a probably 95% rental area. When I say I can't make that, like, I'm not over exaggerating. It is in a high rental area, and it's surrounded by apartments. It has other duplexes around it, and in the immediate area, there's probably only 3 units that are up for rent. But it looks like most people are not keeping them up. It's my problem. Let me rephrase that. Looking at the apartments or the duplexes, I'm sorry. Looking at the duplexes that were in its immediate area. For the most part, looks like everyone had a place to stay. I don't. Again, I only saw 3 that were vacant and currently had signs out for rent. And the ones that had signs out there for rent are the ones that I'm talking about, saying that they were not keeping those up, which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Why have a rental property if you're not going to keep it up? And how dare you even put a sign out there stating it's for rent, and you're not keeping the property up? So that's kind of what I mean by that. But this one is in the center of all of that, and it probably needs new windows. They're not broken, but they just look kind of weird. They need new shutters. The paint I wouldn't touch. And then I have this little porch area that I probably would redo a little bit. The interior would probably be a good job for the tubs and the bathrooms and the kitchens. It's just they're ridiculously horrible. So it's something that I'm actually considering. The scary part about it, though, is that the duplexes that have sold in that area, it's all sold for like 19,000, 20,000. Haven't seen anything over $28,000 that have sold in that area, and that scares me. So even if I offered 10,000 and I put another 10,000 into it, then it's $20,000, and I really don't have a lot of equity. So that's kind of a property. Probably, Lord have mercy, excuse me. That's kind of a problem for me. I want to come in with some type of equity, but again, it's a high rental market. I'm almost certain that I can get it rented out very, very quickly. And if I were to go in there and just simply not over rehab, but rehab it so nice, I just I wouldn't have an issue. I don't think I would have an issue with renting that out. That would be a no brainer. And again, it's really cheap. So at this point, I probably could go pay cash for it if the offer was right, and just you know, I mean, it wouldn't be that bad. So I don't know. It's something to think about, and it may be my first deal. I don't know. The area was really nice. There were children out playing. The people that were there, had like the Jaguars and the Infinities, little crazy things. But they're older cars, but they're still luxury. So it's one of those areas that you're renting, but you want to be you want to have the perception of being high class, quote unquote, but you're renting. So it's just that's kind of the vibe that I get. An average working class that pays for what they want, and that's kind of what I get out of that area. So I don't remember seeing any graffiti or anything like that, which is a good sign. It's just I don't know. I don't know. And the more I'm talking to you guys about it now, the more I'm just like, why are you so stupid? Just go buy it. Oh my god. But I don't know. it it may be the first. I don't know. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna look into it and see. I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'll see. I'm gonna run some numbers on it. It's in the area over there. It's actually renting for about $600 for a two bedroom. 575 is probably what I would do that one for, but 575 to 600. So yeah. So that's at least $1,200 a month in for the mortgage if I decided to go that route. Um, I don't know. I might have to run some more numbers on that and see what I can do. Hmm, I just might do that. I just might do that. So that may not be a bad thing. Thank you guys, by the way. So I don't know. I'll if I do, I'll definitely do a video on that one as well. And you know what? I'm going to put that picture here as well, so you guys will see the picture of the 10 unit complex, and then you'll see the picture of the duplex that I saw yesterday. So, hmm, like I really didn't think about that. I guess lastly, I want to talk to you guys about MIG, which is our Memphis Investment Group, and um, I finally joined. I think I've been going for about a year now, and I've never joined, which I don't think I've told anyone that. But I finally joined this year, and I'm really glad that I did. I've met a lot of different people already, and they're just like bigger pockets. They are so willing to help, and they had a meeting Thursday night. Thursday night, they had a meeting Thursday night, and I got so much information out of that meeting. It's just I am I'm so thankful. I am so thankful that I have something like that here locally that I can go and partake in. And, it was really, really cool. Really, really, really cool. Um, they kept talking about partnering up with people, and, you never know. Just build your relationships. You never know what opportunity will come around. And personally, I do believe that a partnership, there's nothing wrong with a partnership. But for me, okay, let me draw this out for you first. This MIG meeting, um, I've been talking to several different people, coworkers of mine, and one is actually already in real estate. He invests properties. He's done 2 to 3 flips already. He usually invests in different areas outside of Memphis, but that's he does it, and so he's not necessarily a mentor to me, but if I ask a question, he's going to answer me honestly. There's another person. I think his dad actually is a big time investor, and he knows a lot, but he doesn't have the willpower to pull the trigger to jump off into it. Then there's another coworker of mine who, through me and talking to me, has kind of gotten off into the real estate world, and he joined as well, which was really to my surprise. But he joined as well, and I don't know if I talked to you guys about this last time, but in the month of November, I found out that my aunt in fact, I did tell you guys, but my aunt is also a MIG member. And so I was like, we were sitting on the road, and I was just like, wow, it would be so cool if all three of us could just get together, fund a deal, and pay for it, and just do it. Right? Yeah. Um, and probably almost as quickly as that thought went through my mind, it quickly left. And nothing against either of them whatsoever, because it's not what I want to do. But I'm still building my confidence within my investment career. And right now, I don't think the best thing for me personally I don't think the best thing, I don't think it's best for me personally to do a joint venture right now. I'm wanting to get out, get my feet wet, get a few houses under my belt, and then if someone else wants to come in, then okay. But I mean, I may be crazy, and I'm almost certain that some people are probably like, go for it, go, 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 go. Yeah. When you're dealing with someone that has OCD, like me, and you want things done a certain way, it's really difficult to have a partner with you to say, hey, no, you need to let's come to a meeting on this. Let's decide this together. And I just have an issue with that, at least right now. So I'm already building my confidence. I'm already trying to build my brand, and I can't I can't do it. I can't do it right now. I don't know why. I can't do it right now. So, but anyway, the whole point of me saying that is if you're going to do a joint venture, make sure it's something that you want to do. Know the goods, the bad, and the negatives and the positive sides of it because it definitely has its advantages. I'm almost certain that had I partnered up with someone, I probably could have done something 6 months ago, if not a year ago. But my confidence wasn't there, and I need to do this on my own for the moment. So anyway, my whole purpose of saying all of that is if you're going to do a joint venture, make sure you're doing it for you and make sure you're ready to go through with it. And be sure that you're willing to compromise on your ideas and find a meeting between you and your partner. Now, unless you have a silent partner, which is not a bad thing either, they're really, really good actually. But, just be mindful. Be mindful. Another thing that I'm still working on is setting myself up around positive people, people that are like minded, that are wanting to go somewhere in life and more importantly in real estate. That's my biggest thing. And I found some really, really, I mean, I hate to say this and that sounds so corny, but I don't care. But I found some really, really cool people, like really, really, really cool people that are wanting to help me and just say, hey, well, do this and do this, do this. Don't do that. Don't, no, 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 no. So, it's amazing. It's pretty cool. It's cool. So I am going to definitely keep you guys posted on everything that's going on. But for today's episode, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and get my day started on this wonderful Saturday. I'm almost certain that I'll do something, see some house or some apartment or something today. But I guess, I guess until next time. But again, we're going to film it along the way. You're watching a wonderful, wonderful episode of Fabulous Investments. I hope you guys are enjoying this episode. If you are, please hit the like button. If it's something that you want to ask, or if there are certain questions that you need answered, whether I didn't explain something properly, or whether you just have a question about whatever you're going through, I'm almost certain that either I can answer you or I can find the answer for you or point you into the right direction to kind of help you out. But either way it goes, leave a comment. Let me know what's going on in your world and how you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed the video. But you're watching an episode of Fabulous Investments. This is just a small documentary of my road to success, and I'm filming it along the way. So I'm JimmyL, and talk to you guys next time. Love ya.